We are often told that saving money is a simple equation. Spend less than you earn. The math checks out. So why does the simplest decision to not spend sometimes feel like the most complicated choice in the world? There's a quiet tension in that moment of pause, a thread pulled between two different kinds of logic. It's there in the cafe line. The internal calculation is automatic, a hand in a pocket, feeling the physical presence of a wallet. It's there on the laptop screen late at night. One tab holds a wish, the other holds a number, and the moment of closing the laptop without buying. It's in the grocery aisle, holding two boxes, a quiet, private victory that doesn't quite feel like winning. From a very young age, a story is repeated. It says that saving is a straight line, a predictable climb, that if you just climb high enough, you'll reach a point of arrival, a place where money worries simply vanish. But the actual line, the lived one, is rarely straight. And sometimes, saving can feel less like climbing a mountain and more like running on a treadmill while the world shows you pictures of jets. This is where the complication lives, in the gap between the simple story and the messy feeling. At its core, this feeling is often shaped by a single psychological mechanism. It's not greed or poor discipline. It's how the mind allocates attention under constraint. Psychologists call it the scarcity mindset, but it's simpler than it sounds. When the mind feels a resource is scarce, like money or time, its focus narrows intensely. This is a cognitive adaptation. The brain is trying to solve the most immediate problem. Mental bandwidth is diverted. The present, pressing lack gets the lion's share of energy. Future planning, nuance, and long-term trade-offs, they exist, but they feel faint, distant. This isn't a character flaw. It's a tilt in the mental landscape, a gravitational pull. The mind, like a gardener with a single can of water, waters the plant that's screaming for it. And with every step toward that immediate focus, the walls of the tunnel can feel like they tighten. This contrasts with a broader cognitive state, where attention isn't dominated by immediate lack. So frugality, the act of saving, happens inside this tunnel. It's not a neutral act. This narrowed focus makes small prices feel large. A grocery bill isn't just a total. It's a complex web of trade-offs. Every amount is mentally converted into what else it could solve. Social moments become subtle equations, the cost of participation measured not in dollars, but in mental transactions. This is the bandwidth tax. The mental energy spent managing scarcity doesn't just disappear when the store closes. It can borrow focus from other tasks, from relaxation, from thought. It can create a loop. Saving now on the cheaper option can cost more later, reinforcing the sense of scarcity. The comparison to others isn't just envy, it's a stark data point about one's own place in the tunnel. You can't clearly see their constraints, only their apparent freedom. It deepens your own sense of constraint. Even positive, unexpected gains can be processed through this lens. A windfall isn't just joy, it's a temporary relief of pressure. Dreams get categorized not as possibilities, but as threats to the fragile equilibrium of the tunnel. The word no often comes not from the mouth first, but from a number on a screen. The body follows. The feeling of building something, savings, security, can feel like stacking rounded stones in a current. And a success, a small stack saved, can be appraised not as an achievement, but as a measure of remaining distance. Each necessary outflow isn't just spending, it's a contraction of the tunnel walls, a confirmed loss of ground. In this metaphor, the tunnel structure represents a stable cognitive state, a pattern of narrowed attention sustained by the feeling of scarcity. The tunnel vision is a tool the mind uses under conditions of scarcity. It is a state of cognition, not a fixed trait. From the side, you can see the tunnel has a length. It has a beginning and it has an end, even if the end is out of sight. The mind's bandwidth is limited, but not monolithic. A sliver of awareness can exist outside the immediate calculus. An external behavior, like choosing black coffee, can repeat, but the internal experience around it can vary from one instance to the next, from tense calculation to a state of neutral resignation. The dip isn't a moral failure, it's a map of where the tunnel narrowed, a data point in the pattern of cognitive focus. Complication is not the enemy of understanding, it is the material of understanding. A bill can act as a salient cue, heightening the cognitive and physiological focus on scarcity. Frugality in these moments isn't about the money not spent. It's a state where the cognitive calculus of scarcity is temporarily inactive. So the jar of coins is never just a jar of coins. It's an artifact of 1,000 internal negotiations. The psychology of frugality is the psychology of constraint, studying the cognitive and emotional patterns that arise within it. The psychology of frugality, therefore, is the study of the mind's mechanisms as it navigates a world of limits.